Simon, it's the final episode of a thrilling trilogy between the Panthers and the Bulls in 2022. Down at the Shay on Sunday, what are you expecting from Mark Dunn inside?
Much of the same of what we've seen in the two games we've played against them. They've been tough physical encounters, haven't they? And watching their couple of recent games, obviously got a great win against York a couple of weeks back. Tough game against Whitehaven last week. I think they've got Lily and Patton missing, which obviously lends them to play a certain way, which I think they're doing a good job of playing. It's a no frills type of rugby. It's stay in the game sort of rugby, and wait for your opponents to make mistakes, I suppose. But some of the blokes have stepped up in the absence of their halves. I think young Lawford's going to be a really good player. I think he's shown some really good touches and some good decisions as well, which is the hard bit with young kids coming into men's rugby. But he's done well. Hallis, Flanagan, they've stepped up a bit and took some more responsibility, as has Aaron Murphy in recent weeks as well. So yeah, again, the Bulls weren't in a great spot last time we played them, but it ended up being a really good contest in it. So we'll prepare for their best, and we're trying to get our best out on the field, and just be peaking towards the end of the season. So with that in mind, though, we're not going to look past this one. It's a derby game, it's an important one, and the last time we played them at home was a really good game. I think we pipped them right at the end of the game, and there was a great crowd there, great atmosphere, and it'd be nice to emulate that one.
We'll move from the Bulls squad to our own then. We saw against Newcastle a lot of changes, a lot of chopping around, and a few lads rested. What sort of health is the squad in at the moment? Are we close to full fitness?
Yeah, they're not far off. Listen, no squad's 100%. Everyone's got bits and bobs that's manageable. It's just that time of year, this final third in the running. So yeah, we've got them bits and bobs to manage. The only one off the Titus is only another game away before he becomes available. Matty G comes back into contention this week. Woodburn, all bit of an hammy injury where we have to make some decisions around how quickly we bring him back. I mean, we're running out of time to get him in and get him some minutes under his belt and form leading into those finals. So yeah, there's some decisions to be made there, but we 100% won't risk him. We've got handy players that can cover that position. Louis did a great job last week, and he has done before. And Corey's doing a good job in the halves at the minute, so it doesn't unsettle us. If anything, it's continuity if Woody doesn't make it this week. But yeah, we're pretty healthy, which again, I've mentioned this probably after the last game, I think it was. That's testament to the work that Scott, Nick and Matt and young Joe have put through them, the time they put into them, made sure they looked after themselves. But also on top of that, the buy-in from the boys, they've made sure they looked after themselves, so we are in this position. So there's a lot of factors in there, but some of it's luck in this game, but I think we've done everything we can to sort of minimise the casualties and put ourselves in a good spot for this running.
And a win against the Bulls, the old enemy, would more or less secure that third spot heading into the playoffs and a home playoff in the first week of the rounds. That must be a driving factor to get it done, and then you know exactly where you stand. You can start planning for those playoffs. Yeah,
100%. Mathematically, it won't be done, but I think points difference-wise, we'd be giving. I think Batley, I'd have a lot to do to catch us in points difference. Moving on from that game, but yeah, the focus is Bradford and Bradford alone. Those are the games. Yeah, they are what they are. They'll come around, but we need to put our best foot forward because, as I say, it's Bradford. It's more than just your run-of-the-mill league game to everyone in the stands, I suppose. It's one for them. So yeah, we'll be going into this one throwing our best effort in, and again, I think we showed in patches last week against Newcastle, who were pretty spirited, to be fair, that we've got some quality in our team, but I think I'd like us to take the lead on it as opposed to wait for it, get hit on the chin and then come back. I'd like us to start really well this week.
Speaking of getting hit on the chin, the previous two encounters against the Bulls have been quite fiery occasions. We've seen 2 red cards, Bob Fairbank getting sent off at Odsall, and then Joe Martin obviously seeing red at the Summer Bash. Has that been a clear message to your squad this week, that we need to keep the lid on the emotions of the occasion to allow and ensure that we finish the game with 13 men this time?
No, we won't really speak about it in that sense, Faz. I think emotions and all that, generally that's in the stand. On the pitch, yeah, there is a little bit, local lads might have a little bit about it, but yeah, I think it's more about getting the job done. And we have to be squeaky clean, we all do. It's not just because of you might get a ban, it's not just your ban that hurts us. It's if player X gets banned, it's what that impacts on our team and moving forward. And the bans are not, there's not many one gamers at the minute. When you get banned, you're only getting 2 or 3. So yeah, we'll just worry about ourselves and make sure we're playing fair and managing the areas of the game we know the referees are looking at, which are them late collisions and stuff. Try and manage them. We have to play the game how it should be played, though. There will be consequences if you get it wrong. You know, your late hits, crusher tackles, what else? High tackles even. There's loads in the game. There's loads of them, and someone who played game, anyone who played game will tell you 99% of them aren't intentional. I think I might have done a couple of intentional eye shots across quite a long career in years wise. So yeah, it doesn't happen often. So, and you won't see any of that this week. I'd like to think both clubs respect each other, and the lads certainly respect each other. They're both out there putting their body on the line, so there's none of that going on. It's just sometimes we get it wrong, don't we? But unfortunately this year we've seen the price you pay, it has been quite big. So look, we'll just focus on this game, making sure we get our own individual jobs done. The referee will do his job, and what happens off the back of it, it'll happen.
It's a bank holiday, set to be a bumper crowd. Hopefully the weather will be kind to us. These are the highlights of the season, surely, and the ones that everyone wants to play in. How's it going to be making those team selections? Are you confident that you can go with your best foot forward heading into the playoffs?
Yeah, I checked out the weather. It's going to be nice this weekend, which is good. And yeah, you're right. Hopefully there is a great crowd there for us. Regards to team, there's blokes that rested last week that were in good form. They rested for a reason, because I felt that was probably the last opportunity where we could rest a few of them together. So yeah, there's a few decisions to make there, because I thought some lads had good games last week, but across the board, I think, as I said after, it was just an okay game. So some of the decisions aren't as hard as they might seem, but I will do what I've done every week since round 1 and the friendlies, I suppose, is pick the best team for the job. It won't suit everyone. Some people have their own opinions on teams, and that's fine, but we've got all the info in here and we'll pick the one that's right for the job.